Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I already discussed about that things with you, how can add that bootstrap material design. And also I created one of the file as a main blade.php, footer blade.php, and the navbar blade.php. And also I updated path for the all the CSS and also for the JSS. So I hope you can well understand about it, how can update your that path. And in this video, I want to segment all that page. Like here, if you access that page, like that is our Laravel by default one of the page. So this page is actually comes from our views, and that is a welcome blade. So that the welcome blade is now visible by default on particular that position. So now I want to update it. Like here, if you select all and if you remove all the things from here, and now if you click on the save all, and now if you click on the refresh, now you can see it's now become blank. So how can segment all the page? So that is the main core things that you should know. Okay, like that is our blade.php. And in our blade.php here I want to added our this main blade on particular that position. Okay, because here I want to segment it. Like first doing this, first of all, here you have to write down as the extends. And here I just define extend and extend which file. I want to load that file, that means the main blade. So in our main blade there is a layouts folder, and after that layout that is the main. So now we have to write down that things on here as a layouts dot and then main. So I just define our main file on here. Okay, and also after that I want to add one of the section. Like here I just define as a section, and here I into the section I define one of the ID as a contain. Okay, I just define one of the ID as a contain, and I have to and it. So I just and that section. So I just define that and section on here. And for better understand, here I just take one of the h1 tag, and here I just defining it as a home page. Okay, like here I just define as a home page. So I just define one of the h1 tag on particular that position. And now here I just extend our layout main.blade. So now in particular that position I also want to include our navbar and also the footer. Like here in particular that area I include it like as a @include. Okay, I just define include, and also here you have to define that URL path. Like here I have to define that layout. Okay, into the layouts here I created that file as a navbar. Okay, I just define as a navbar on particular that position, and also I want to include our another one, so that is on the footer. So here I just defining it like as the include, and then I also want to added that in our layout folder, and then our footer. Okay, I just loaded our footer. So our navbar and the footer will be the same for our every pages. But I only want to make one of the part as a dynamic, like that is actually contain. So for the reasons here, I just define one of the part as a contain. So this content part will be the dynamic, because if you go to create the about us page, into the about us page, our header part will be the same. That means the navbar will be the same and the footer will be the same. Only in our inside that content will be changed. So further, if you want to make the things dynamic, so I want to add one of the another things. Like here, which part will be the dynamic, you have to defining it on here. So if you want to do that work, you have to define as yield. Okay, so EL part will be the dynamic, and here I just define one of the ID as a contain. So right now I have to define that part as a contain. So only this contain part will be dynamic. For the reasons I just define as a void, and include, I just include the our navbar. So navbar will be the same for the every pages, and footer also will be the same for the every pages. So I will show you, then it will be very much clear to you. Like here I already included our navbar and the footer. So that is our footer page and the navbar. So right now I want to add some of the script from our MD5 here. Like here there is MD bootstrap, and if you go here, and here if you find out one of the navbar from here, like if you go to that contain, not into the contain, there is a component, into the component here, actually the navigation, and into the navigation here you can see there is actually the navbar. So now I just select as a navbar, And here you can see there is actually the neighbor, all that design pattern on here. So now I want to do, so like that is actually one of the neighbor, it's automatically ready made all the things. So right now I just copy that code. Okay, so I just copy whole code from here. I just copy it, and now in our neighbor I paste it. Okay, so that's all the demo data. And also there are another one, like I just also want to take the footer part, like there is a footer. So footer will be just like that. It's automatically ready made all that code. Okay, so for now I just copy it, and now in our footer part I paste it. Okay, laterly I will customize it, I will show you. So now I just added some of the footer on particular that code on particular that position, and also I added the navbar on particular that position, and that is our main blade. And in our main blade I included our navbar part, our layout part, and into the central position that is at contain. And contain will be the dynamic, for the reasons I just make the things as a yield. And in our home page here I just defining that layout. Okay, and here into this position I just segment one of the contain, and here there is our h1 tag. So now let's check this out. If you click on the save all, and now if you refresh that page, like here I just refresh it. Yes, now you can see, now that is our navbar part, and that is our footer part, and that is our el part, that is the contain id. Here I just defining it on here. So for the every pages, our neighbor will be the same, footer will be the same, and here you can see I just defining it when you access that welcome plate, and here I just extend that page, that means the layout main. So for right now, that is the page is loaded, and into this page I just included the our layout neighbor. So for the reasons here you can see there is a layout, our neighbor is added on here, and also I add include the footer part. So footer part is also loaded on particular that position. And here I just define one of the page content ID. So there's our el part, that means this will be the dynamic for the every pages, and for the every pages this part will be the change. Okay, so now here I just define one of the h1 tag. We dig into this section, and here that is actually the visible on particular that position. I hope you can well understand about it, how much easily you can design one of the page with using the bootstrap material design. Okay, so now I want to do, I want to actually customize it. Right now I don't need all that things. Okay, so now that is our neighbor. So if you now go to that neighbor, and in our neighbor here there is all the features. So right now I want to actually, I don't need that drop down. So here there is actually the drop down, so I just minimize it and I just remove it from here. And also they have on the search, like here there is a search, so I also don't need this. That is actually the form, so I just remove that things from here. And that is, I only want to take one of the one field, like here I just take one of the field as a add new. Okay, so here I just want to add new, and now I also don't need this. So for now, if you click on the save all, and now if you refresh that page, yeah, now you can see everything is gone. There is a home, and there is another button as a add new. Perfect. So from to this position I just want to create one of the page, so I will do that things later. And now here I just define as easy learning. Okay, I just define as easy learning. And now if you click on the save all, and if you now refresh it, yeah, perfect. Now you can see there is actually easy learning, there is a home page, and there is another page as a add new. And for the footer, right now we don't need that type of things. Okay, I want to actually minimize it. So go to the footer blade, and into the footer blade, so that's all that part, we don't need this. Okay, like that is actually the one of the div, so I just select that div, and now I just remove that div. And here there's some of the link, I just remove it, and here I just put my side. Okay, so easylearningbd.com, and here I just define as easy learning. So here I just define as a easy learning, I just put as a 19. So I customize our footer part. Now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and now I just refresh it. Yeah, perfect. Now you can see there is our navbar part, that is our footer part. So better I just put some of the serif, like bracket, like here, that is our in particular that position, that is this section. Right now I just put some of the break. Okay, So here I just put on the break, and now click on the save all, refresh it. Yeah, perfect. So as I told you, this navbar will be the static for the every pages. So the footer will be the static for the every pages. Only this part will be the change. Like when you create the create page, then it will be very much clear to you. So our navbar and footer will be the same, and only the content part will be the updated. So I hope it's very much clear to you how much easily with using that bootstrap material design you can create it. And that is actually empty bootstrap. You, as I told you, you get all the materials from to this position. So if you want to use any component from here, you can use it. So right now I'm using the footer part and also the navbar, and now it's now perfectly visible on here. So in our next video I will show you how can create the database and how can configure it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.